Yo, what it do, wealth champions? Y'all know what it is. It's the Daily Hustle. And we're talking about 7 keys to become more likable. Charisma on demand. So let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know about the Daily Hustle, man, it's all designed to uplift, motivate, encourage, and help you get your day started off on the good foot with some positive information, but not just fluff, positive information that you can actually use, implement, and deploy in your life for positive transformation. I'm your host, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur from wealthcreationplaybook.com. And yes, um, what you are hearing today is really just me talking to myself as I go through my daily studies and daily meditations. I'm working on a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. And if you want to grab a copy of this, I'll make sure I put a link in the description where you can get it from. You can get it from anywhere, of course, but if you grab it through my link, then I'll make a couple dollars. That's one way that you can support the show. But I'm talking about becoming more likable, and it's powerful stuff because we have to be honest with ourselves, man. As much as we rationalize that we don't care what other people think, as much as we try to put on this tough outer shell, guys, it's coded in our DNA. We are social creatures. We want to be liked. So, since that's the case, why not learn how to develop a likable personality, right? That's what we're going to talk about in today's episode of the Daily Hustle. So, let's get into it. Number one, make yourself lighter to lift by becoming likable. Practice being the kind of person people like. This wins their support and puts fuel in your success building program. Understand something, man. A few episodes ago, we talked about the power of edification, how when you speak highly of others, right, it elevates them, but it also elevates you. This is now the second piece of that as it relates to how you can position yourself to be the person being edified by becoming more likable. Number two, take the initiative in building friendships. Introduce yourself to others at every opportunity. Make sure you get the other person's name straight and make certain that they get your name straight. People go finicky about their names, and when you go the extra effort to make sure you pronounce it correctly, that makes them feel good. This is something that I'm working on, man. I raised 5 sons and a nephew and a cousin. So 7 boys at some point was in this house. And sometimes it's difficult to get all their names right. So I just call everybody son, right? Come here, son. And they all come running because they never know which one I'm talking to either. But little things like that cause me to not focus on mastering the memory and committing to memory people's names. Guys, the one thing that people love to hear more than anything else is their name, right? So when you are introducing yourself, make sure you get it right, but repeat that name back to yourself 2, 3, 4, 5 times so that when you re-engage that person in conversation, you call them by their name. Drop a personal note to your new friends you want to get to know. And I know we are in this area of social media, guys, but I learned a trick that's helped me in my business, but I'm starting to do this in my personal life as well. Whenever someone follows or me on Instagram, or I get a new friend request on Facebook, you know what I do? I send those people a voice clip. I introduce myself, I tell them a little bit about what I do, and then I give them permission to tell me a little bit about what they do, and I offer any assistance that I may be able to help. Guys, this blows people away because in this day and age of social media, nobody's adding that personal touch. And if you're an entrepreneur, You never know why someone is sending you a friend request, why they want to connect with you, and you can't assume that they know what products, services that you offer. So I tell them. I don't tell them in a salesy way. I just say, hey, this is kind of what it is that I do. I'm a financial educator. I teach people strategies around tax minimization, debt elimination, credit, education, and also some basic investment principles and strategies. And then from a business to business standpoint, I teach businesses how to build personal brands, how to develop leads and sales using social media. If you have any need for any of these things, then don't hesitate to reach out if you got any questions. I love to help where I can. And definitely hit me back with a voice clip. Tell me a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do, and maybe we can help each other. Guys, when you get a message like that, how would that make you feel? Right? So it's just not offline and networking, it's online and networking as well. Number three, accept human differences and limitations. Yep, this is difficult for a lot of people, man. We come in a lot of different shapes, sizes, personalities, religious backgrounds, beliefs, man. Accept people for who they are. Don't expect anyone to be perfect. Remember, the other person has a right to be different. Don't be a reformer, right? Sometimes when people are different, the first thing we want to do is convert them into who we want them to become, right? Don't do that, man. Allow people to be different, man, and accept them for who they are and those differences. And that's really what smooths out your edges and makes you a more real, well-rounded person when you have people of a lot of different backgrounds that you can interact with and engage with. As the good book says, iron truly does sharpen iron, but you want iron from a lot of different varieties. Number four, tune in to channel P. That's the good thought station, right? So in the book, in this chapter, it talks about channel P and channel N. So we only have two channels. We are either positive or negative about what's going on in our lives, about the people in our lives, the things that are taking place in our lives. We either have a negative experience and we replay that over and over and over, or we find the silver lining or the positive experiences and we replay the positive. So on this one, it's saying be the type of person that's locked in on channel P. Find qualities to like and admire in a person, not things to dislike. And don't let others prejudge your thinking about a third person. This is huge, man. We will let somebody tell us something about somebody else, and we'll form our opinion about that person before we even meet them. Not good, man. Not good. Because you never know what the first person's motive is in telling you about person X, Y, and Z. And person X, Y, and Z might just be the person you need to connect with to get to the next level, right? Think positive thoughts towards people and get positive results. Number five, practice conversation generosity. This is huge. And it's hard for a person like me who love to talk to do. But what is conversation generosity? It's be like successful people. Encourage other people to talk. Let the other person talk to you about his views, his opinions, his accomplishments. Guys, this is so huge, man. I have another little book that I study called The Art of Dealing with People. And one of the things that it talks about is if you want to make a good first impression, let people know that you're impressed by them, right? So when people start telling you about their day, they start telling you about their children, they start telling you about their job, what they're excited about, what we tend to do most of the time unconsciously is we start verbally competing with them. Man, my son plays basketball. Oh, my son does too. My son wrestles. Oh, my son was a state champion in wrestling. Right? I found myself doing this. Right? And what happens is the other person starts to say, man, this dude is a flat out jerk. Right? So you don't want to be that person. Encourage them to tell you more about why that excites them. And then they walk away from that conversation saying, man, that dude right there, that gal right there, they're all right with me. And that's the feeling that you want to have people walk away with, right? Number six, practice courtesy at all times. I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. It makes other people feel better. It makes you feel better too. So be the nice guy, man. Take the high road whenever possible. Be the bigger person. All of those things lay good seed for future reciprocity for those things that come back into your life. Trust me. I'm a big believer in the law of reciprocity, and I know it works. I see benefits and I reap harvest from this law every single day. And number seven, don't blame others when you receive a setback. Remember, how you think when you lose determines how long it will take until you win. Man, that right there, man, don't soak in your defeat. Don't soak when things don't go your way. And definitely don't blame other people. Find out what you did, what was your responsibility in the roles that caused you to not get the results that you wanted. And therefore, you can learn a lesson from that defeat and then, um, be prepared to win the next time. So, do me a huge favor, man. If you got any value out of today's Daily Hustle, then I want you to hit the like button on the page first, but then also hit the like button on this video. If you're checking this out on YouTube, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so you get notified every time we go live. I've got some brand new live shows coming for you guys in the next couple weeks, and you do not want to miss them. So hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and if you really, really, really got value, go ahead and copy the link, send it to somebody's inbox, send it to somebody in a text message, share it with somebody via email. If you're on Facebook, just hit the share button right now. Share this on your timeline, share it directly to somebody's inbox. There are people out there struggling with this, and they're wondering why people don't like them. Well, they may be doing the opposite of these seven things, right? But if they learn what to do to become more likable, to create charisma on demand, it could transform their lives forever. Last but not least, man, if you are the type of person and you're looking for a good financial strategy to help you build generational wealth, go over to www.wealthcreationplaybook.com and download your free wealth creation checklist. It will help you understand the 6 money killers that's keeping most people broke and the one solution that can help you overcome all 6 of them at the same time. Again, that's wealthcreationplaybook.com. So that's it for today's Daily Hustle. Until I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.